Let us now turn to our commencement address. And to introduce our distinguished speaker, I call on Caitlin Timko, President of the Student Government.
Good evening, graduates and honored guests. On behalf of our students, it's my honor to share this special occasion with you. It is also my privilege to introduce the commencement speaker for this evening. Matt Haley has put the state of Delaware on the culinary map. His success in just 13 years since he started his first restaurant is remarkable. Currently, Mr. Haley owns 8 restaurants in Delaware Beach resort towns: Fish On, Lupo de Mer, Matt's Fish Camp, Blue Coast Seafood Grill, Catch 54, Northeast Seafood Kitchen, and Papa Grande's in Fenwick and Rehoboth. In 2009, Sodell Concepts, the restaurant's umbrella company, was recognized by the international business community for its rapid growth, being named to the Inc. 500 list as one of the top 10 fastest-growing privately held restaurant companies in the world. But while Mr. Haley is passionate about the hospitality industry, he's even more passionate about engaging in the local and global community. In 2011, Mr. Haley founded the Global Delaware Fund to provide goods and services to at-risk children and children in challenging circumstances, both in Delaware and internationally. This year, he has been awarded Humanitarian of the Year by the James Beard Foundation, the National Restaurant Association, and the International Association of Culinary Professionals. Author Ernest Hemingway said it well: "The best person possesses a feeling for beauty, the courage to take risks, the discipline to tell the truth, the capacity to sacrifice." Mr. Haley embodies this definition. I was honored to meet Mr. Haley, and even in that short span of time, it was evident that he is one of the best. From his passion and life experiences, I have been inspired to become my best. Graduates, on this night of your success, I encourage each and every one of you to allow Mr. Haley to motivate you to your best. It is with great pleasure that I present Mr. Matt Haley.
Thank you. That was fantastic. I appreciate that. It's an honor to be here. I'm really glad that I can be with you guys tonight. You know, the staff, the faculty, the families, and more importantly, the graduates. It's an honor and a privilege to be here for a guy that, at a time in his life, really didn't feel like he fit in anywhere. You know, and I met a few weeks ago. I got to meet with some of you students in a room over in Dr. Smith's office, and we got to talk about what this night was and what it meant. And I took notes, and we had a fantastic time. There were boys and girls and people, you know, from all over the world in the meeting that day. And it was invigorating, and it was fantastic to see people that have worked so hard to get here, to be able to be here tonight, to graduate, and to be able to feel the greatness behind that. And, you know, and it's a greatness I didn't allow myself to feel for a whole long time in my life. You know, and I took notes in that meeting, and I lost the notes. And so I have to sit here, and what I thought about is I just wanted to talk about honesty. I can't sit up here tonight and tell you what you need to do, you know, but I can share my experience, strength, and hope, and I can share a little bit of my story. And all I can do is tell you the truth about how I've lived my life and how I'm living it today and what's important to me. And what's important to me has become important to a group of people, not only here in Delaware, what I consider the greatest community in the world, but in other communities around the world. And it's very heartfelt, and it feels good. I'm only here tonight because I'm a byproduct of a group of examples, especially this community here. I moved here in 1999. I moved down in 1999, and this community in Delaware reached out, held me, supported me, and has become such a big part of my life and has taught me most of what I know, along with Sister Rosa, Sister Ascension, and Sister Maria, 3 of my favorite people in the world. Thanks for being here tonight. You know, so when I was little, I grew up in a crazy, violent, very abusive environment being raised. I grew up as a little boy that felt like he never fit in, felt very less than, betrayed, abandoned, and rejected, and I never felt smart. I never felt like I could learn. I remember being in school when the teachers would ask me questions and I didn't know the answers. I remember how I felt like shame. I remember how I felt guilt, and I felt like I would never amount to anything. And I carried that forward with myself. I got that message early. I got the message early that I was basically not going to be worth anything. And I carried that message out, and I lived that way for a long time in my life. By the time I was 30 years old, I wanted to die. I felt so invalid, so less than, and so inadequate in life that I absolutely was begging God to kill me. But he had another plan for me and put me on a track, which 4 years later put me out in the world. And at 34 years old, I was taking a bus to work, making $7 an hour. But what I had learned in that 4 years was that I was allowed to have a dream, and I was allowed to believe in myself, and I was allowed to surround myself with positive people, people that would support me, people that would help me, people that would love me, people that would love me till I learned to love myself, people that would believe in me until I learned how to believe in myself. And it was an amazing experience for me, little by little, learning, that I could build upon that in my life. And I could tell you, and you can read about it, I can tell you about a lot of the successes I've had. I have a very large company now, and under the umbrella of the Matt Haley companies, we have 27 different companies. We employ about 1,000 people and generate over $50 million a year in revenue for the state. And that and I'm here to tell you that means nothing. The most important thing for me and what I've learned in this time is what I've learned in this time was the ability to be able to be creative and expressive and to work and collaborate with a group of people, not only here, but around the world, to follow our dreams, to learn how to believe in ourselves, support ourselves, and collaborate for good. Business nowadays is a byproduct of our involvement, in our community. It's a byproduct of the service that we provide for others, not only in our community, but around the world. I've had the opportunity to travel all over the world. I've done things everywhere in the world, and it's been fantastic. And I've been able to spend a lot of time in Southeast Asia, Central America, South America, all over North America and Europe, being involved with people, trying to do and carry the message that was taught to me here in this community. And it's been a fantastic, fantastic journey for us. But it was part of that journey came through the creativity to have an understanding that I never had to go to work and do anything that I didn't want to do. And this is the point that I want to press tonight, is that I didn't learn until I was in my late 30s that I didn't learn that I didn't have to do things that didn't make me happy. And I learned in my life that I could do things that made me happy, and I could have a job doing something that I loved. And if I had a job doing something I loved, I would never have to work another day as long as I lived. So I've had the opportunity to get up every day and get to go to work. I do not have to go to work. And by being able to go to work and perform at the level that we do, we get to carry the message around the world and get involved with things that are fantastic. Because there's no more heartfelt feeling in the world than being able to be of service to another human being and to be able to be an example, but only by way of being allowed to have examples in your life. So if I ask anything of you guys tonight, if there's anything I could say, if there's any message that I could carry, I just want to challenge you to take risks, to believe in yourself, to do things that you love, to travel, to see the world, to help people, and to also, more importantly, provide for yourself and know that you have whatever it takes within you to do anything you want to do in the world. I am proof positive, without a shadow of doubt in my life, I am proof positive that the only thing that can stop me from having and doing anything I want in the world is me. There's nothing else in the world that can stop being from me. And that is a fantastic feeling, and it's a feeling that I didn't know I was allowed to feel for a long time. So if you're out there tonight and you second-guess yourself, I ask you to please not. Take a risk, overcome your fears. Fears had run my life for so long, and they don't run it anymore, because once I learned that I could overcome that and I could move forward and step into life along with asking people for help, and I stopped being afraid of being afraid, I got to move forward in life and live the life that I live. I get to go to work today, and I get to work with a group of people that are absolutely fantastic, that get to carry the message in other places, and I'm proud of that. And I couldn't be prouder or feel better about being here tonight, because for so long in my life, I wasn't wanting it anywhere. And tonight to be able to come here and stand up in front of you and share a little bit about my story and what I've done and the opportunities that I've had in my life makes me feel good. I truly believe in my heart that there are no challenges in life. I believe that life is full of opportunities. So the next time you feel like you're challenged and you feel like your back is up against the wall, I just ask you to please reach deep down inside of yourself and summon whatever it is inside of you to overcome the fear, to move forward, to live the life that you deserve to live. Thank you.